Have you ever tried to place a bid at almost zero for a coin? If you can snipe a coin at like 0.00001, that can then be 10x or 100x in an hour, if it then bounces. During the previous altcoin bear market, this became pretty common. And with projects crashing right and left now, this starts happening again. But if you go on, say, Binance and try to buy Bitcoin at $1, 1 USDC, it will say, price cannot be less than $4,002. Now maybe Bitcoin isn't a good example, but maybe you heard some rumblings about BCH yesterday. Let's try that. Current price is 102. Let's try to buy that at $1. And let's buy 1000 BCH. Buy. Oh. Price cannot be less than $20.50. If there are giant cascade liquidations, for sure it could go lower than that. Or whatever coin. You can't put in the buy orders. And if you're a big investor, if you put in a giant order there, it's not going to work anyway, because others will see your order in the order book and front run you, which means that they will buy a little bit before you, so your order will never hit. Or something else that you hear me say all the time. If this support breaks, the next support level is probably down here at 12,000. So let's not just talk, let's trade that. I've loaded in 1 BTC here. Let's set a stop loss. If price breaks below this low, let's say 17,500, limit 17,400, 1 BTC, sell. If the price drops below 17,500 USDT, an order to sell 1 BTC at price 17,400 will be placed. Confirm. And let's rebuy this at 12,500. That's where the volume starts before, so that would be a logical next support. 1 BTC and buy. Oh, it doesn't work. Your balance is not enough. 0 USDT, which is true. I don't have the USDT now, but if we're at 20,000 now, I will have the USDT if we get to 12,500, because then we have for sure been at 17,500 first. And my stop loss has hit. And as you know, if any of this happens, it's always when you're asleep, so you can't do it manually. And there are many, many more scenarios like these. You guys always ask me in the comments, in the emails, how do you practically set your stop loss? How do you enter the entries? When Larsen line has flipped blue, how do you exit, etc., etc. And I've never had a good answer that I've been satisfied with and that works for all of you. Now I do. CTO got your back. Let's go fix it.
I wake up on Sunday morning.
Nice car.
Den nya modellen.
I can hold on any longer.
Tjena, tjena!
Tjena!
Jonas here is country lead for Binance Sweden, right?
Yes, correct.
Ska börja med att se om vi får igång interneten.
Wanna leave, but you did, and you always will. Because of you.
So, Coinpanel. Here I am with Alex, who's the CEO for Coinpanel. So, Coinpanel, what is it good for?
What is it good for? So Coinpanel is a smart trading platform. It allows you to automate your trading across all the centralized exchanges. Opens up a lot of possibilities rather than being restricted to one order type. So you can put as many take profits and stop losses as you want to automate your trading. Don't have to spend time in front of the screen all day monitoring the markets, your positions, set price alerts across all the different exchanges.
Hang on. Let's pause the event. Is this just a bunch of marketing? Let's log in. This is a live account on Coinpanel, not a demo account, and I've connected it to a live Binance account for my company. And you saw I put the Bitcoin there to make this real. Now let's try the same things again. We want to snipe a big order of BCH or any other coin at the bottom. And we also don't want others to see where we place the order. Then we go to Coinpanel, place order, buy, stop limit. And the vocabulary here is different than on most exchanges. The trigger price here means that if price crosses that level in either direction, it triggers. So if price now is 102 and it crosses $1, we send in our order, and maybe we're willing to buy it up to $1.10. and we want to buy 10,000 BCH. Buy BCH. Success. Order created. And this is now in status pending, meaning it has not been sent to the exchange. So let's confirm that. If you go into Binance, open orders, there's no records here. It's not in the order book. Then let's place another one. 0.1 USDC. Maybe we're willing to buy up the price to 0.2. And we buy 50,000 BCH. Buy. Order created. We now have 2 pending orders. Trigger condition $1 and $0.1. And now comes something very important. This does not lock up your funds. So you can play this game with many different coins at the same time, which you can't do even if you could place the order on the exchange. And if any of these trigger conditions are met, the $1 or $0.1, then the order is sent, and then it will be accepted by the exchange, because then it is within the reasonable range, even though it won't accept the order right now. But what if you're not into altcoin gambling? What about the other use case of protecting our Bitcoin value in case it drops from first support to the next support? Now that the first use case actually worked, maybe there is something here. Let's listen a bit more to the event. Now I have the most important question of the day, and that is if I can get a coffee.
Of course.
My man.
And you, mate?
This is the real man behind it all.
Always here with you. The important things are done first.
No, fine.
Responsible trading.
Kunderna fortsätta. A few years ago, we noticed a gap in the market. So we felt that the market was missing a multi-exchange trading platform with advanced automation features. Thank you very much. I guess I'll be introducing the star, Anders.
So the title of today's presentation is
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. Is it over? So what do you think? Is it over? Everyone who think it's over, raise your hand. It's moved up here to the right, the peak of that cycle. This is going to the moon, and it will never stop. Crashed. It was all a scam, and we're all scammers. Let's jump ahead to last week, before the big crash. The good old days last week. Okay, so that CTO guy there at the event said that blockchain and crypto is not over. So let's not quit Bitcoin just yet. But we should, in my opinion, protect our value. HODL sucks in markets where Bitcoin can be in 80, 85% or more drawdowns, and altcoins in 90, 95%, 99% drawdowns. At least in my opinion. So if this 20k range plays out like the 30k range did and doesn't hold, let's at least try to rebuy at next support and see if that holds. Then we go into Coinpanel, full trade and sell, because I want to sell first. I already have that 1 BTC loaded onto the exchange. And I changed this to stop market now to make it a little bit easier to follow. So price right now is 20,000, trigger price 17,500, amount 1 BTC. Next. The vocabulary here of entries and exits in this full trade is a little bit confusing in my opinion, so just follow along on the examples and you will get it, no problem. Then we go to target and we want to rebuy at 12,500. 1 BTC, add target. Now we see we have a sell here at 17,500 and the target green rebuy at 12,500. But what if the worst thing possible happens? We drop below 17,500, we get stopped out, but then it's all a fake and we run back up and we start a bull run towards $1 million and we're sidelined. Okay, then we have to buy back. So let's say we buy back at 23,000 if it crosses that, after we have sold. So that's our stop loss in this scenario. So at 23,000, we bite the bullet and we buy back. 0.75 BTC, add stop loss. Place, sell, full trade. Confirm. Success, order created. So right now, price is 20,000. If we drop below 17,500 here, this will trigger and we will sell. And then if we get to 12,500, we will rebuy. But if the worst happens, we drop below here, but it's all a fake, and we start running up again, we will also rebuy if we cross 23,000. And nothing of this is sent to the exchange at this point. Now I'm showing you this with Binance, which is a reputable exchange. They are not going to front run you, but remember that on some obscure exchanges, this has been a real problem, that not only other traders front run you, but that the exchange themselves front run you knowing exactly what the order book looks like. And Coinpanel isn't only for Binance. They have a number of exchanges today and they're adding support for all the major exchanges. And it isn't replacing the exchange, it's complementing it. It gets better for both. That's why you see Coinpanel together with Binance on the event. And Coinpanel doesn't have your money. It's still on the exchange. A key advice then is that when you create the API access on the exchange, it's all covered in the help pages, don't enable the withdrawals because Coinpanel doesn't need to withdraw your money. Then during any catastrophic event, no one can withdraw the funds using this API key that you create for Coinpanel. So Coinpanel is really useful and I like Alex, Aaron and the team. So I have said yes to be advisor to Coinpanel, my second active assignment other than Morales. And I've gotten you a free trial deal of 10 days if you use my link in the description. And I've already started working with the technical team of Coinpanel to see if I can help improve the use cases even further. This is a new platform, so use small amounts first until you get to know the platform and see that it works for your exchange and your use case. And there are more features. Say for example, you have decided to sell. Lars Online has flipped blue. It's time to get out. But rather than just logging in and placing the sell market order, you might be able to optimize the exit a little bit. Try to set a target. Perhaps there is a resistance nearby and then we try to set a sell order there. But if that price doesn't hit, we also have a stop loss order on the downwards direction, so you know for sure that you will get out somewhere in this range, unless something very odd happens. This you can do on Binance specifically with an OCO order. One cancels the other. But you can't do it on many of the other exchanges directly. And with Coinpanel you can do it on all the exchanges and with an easier to use interface in my opinion. In this scenario. And there are many more scenarios that you can do here which you can't do on the exchange directly. I just can't cover all the use cases in this video. So tell us about Binance Sweden. Is it open?
It is open and we pretty recently opened our entity in Sweden and we're currently building up our Swedish team. 2 months ago we handed in our registration to the FSA of Sweden, waiting our approvals.
But can Swedish people open a Binance account?
Yes, and they've been able to do for many years. This is a step to start localizing what we do and get one step closer both to work with the Swedish regulators to localize our offering to the Swedish users.
So how many employees does Binance have in total and are you hiring anyone in Sweden?
In total, I think we're more than 5,000 people now and the Swedish team is currently very small, but we are hiring a lot.
So if you're looking for a job in blockchain or crypto,
come to Binance.
Thank you, City of Lars.
hej då!